Good evening, everybody. I am Arushi Khanduja, and today is the very first ClustorPlot special interview. We have our esteemed guest, Mr. Vivek Sharma, in our midst. And in this series of ClustorPlot interview session, we will be getting some real life insights on sales. Mr. Vivek Sharma is a sales accelerator and automation expert. He is the founder of a sales accelerator hub. He also helps the entrepreneurs to accelerate their sales using automation. Welcome, sir, to our very first interview session of ClustorPlot. Lovely to have you here.
Thank you so much, Arushi, and other guys for having me here.
So, how are you doing? We are so sorry to barge on you on this Sunday evening.
Not really, because usually I work on weekends only. That's
Okay.
where my people are available. So for me, Wednesdays are off, and I'm more active on weekends. So it's awesome.
We chose the right day then. During this COVID-19 situation where everybody is just locked down, everybody is just in lockdown, they are dealing with their own stuff. How do you maintain work-life balance?
Okay, so I'll tell you honestly, at this point of my career, there is nothing like work-life balance. Okay, for me, my life is my work as of now. Okay, and that is pretty much common with all the entrepreneurs and coaches once in the initial days of their first 2 to 3 years. So I believe how I mean, your question is how I manage other things, like my daily chores,
Yes.
my physical health, my mental well-being, and my spiritual life, my relationship with my family, because right now, we are locked over here. So yeah, I plan my day, one day before only, and I try to I actually prioritize my all the three shifts of the day: morning, noon, and evening. And my priority is my work. Okay, if I tend to get time out of my work, definitely I take care of other things. But for me right now, yeah, there is no work-life balance, and I don't believe in that as of now.
Okay. So, as a student, and since I'm in college, IBS Hyderabad, and my fellow students, fellow peers, they believe that it is very hard to make career in sales. What motivated you to start a career in sales?
Okay, so according to me, sales is it is nothing but the way we communicate on the daily basis. Okay, so I don't see sales only as a a transaction between a product or service with the money. That is just a business point of it. But from my childhood days, I used to see that a lot of people they don't have the basic understanding of communicating. Okay, so I figured out in my college days only, if people understand how to communicate, a lot of their problem would be solved at that moment only. Okay, so that's where I started doing more sessions, more seminar, attending more events in my college days. And I understood, I come from engineering background. I'm an engineer turned sales rep, not doing my own coaching business. So I understood at that moment only that this is something which I can think as a full-time career for long term. So it was a very conscious decision on my part to leave my engineering career and pursue sales as a full-time career. So I was very much comfortable to talk to people. I also have a very witty side. So we used to have fun, back in our school and college days. So I didn't know at that time that we can pursue any career as a sales. But with time, I understood that, okay, people get paid for talking also. So yeah, so then I decided, okay, it's a very good profession to be in, you understand what is the thought process of the other person and try to, address them in a way that you can solve their problem or you can communicate effectively. That's what sales is. Okay, just add the money factor to it. Okay, the business aspect. So I think, it's something that comes naturally to me. But your question is how to enter into this field. So definitely there are some prerequisites sales is a skill like any other skill. Okay, so any skill can be acquired with practice. Okay, so if you also are comfortable around people, okay, if you are someone who prefers to initiate the conversation, I think it would be a very cool journey for you. But otherwise, also, like I told you, such skill can be acquired with practice.
Okay. Uh, so, please tell us some of your good and bad experiences in sales, and how did you overcome those challenges while experiencing this whole process?
Okay, only one good experience. Okay, there have
Up to
been,
you.
yeah, because I have been into sales for quite some time. So there were a number of, aha moment for me. But what I can, remember right now was my first, sales commission. Before doing my coaching business, I used to be an affiliate marketer. So after trying with multiple platforms, I just posted a video about this product, so to say. I just created a video online, and after a couple of months, I remember exactly 2 to 3 months, I saw in my phone a commission of $100 out of nowhere. And by the way, that's the power of automation. Okay, so that is something I will never forget. Okay, and a bad moment. mm, okay, so first of all, I don't see any experience as a bad experience, but definitely what I can tell you right now is my first video experience was not very good. Okay, we all mess up in the beginning. So I remember me recording my first video for my course. It was just a 5-minute video, and I thought in 2 to 3 days it would be, it will be done, because I was very much comfortable to, I'm an extrovert. But it literally took me 3 hours to record that video. Okay, so it was kind of eye opener for me. Okay, this also happens. But like I told you, it's not a bad experience. It's just that you mess the things up in the beginning, and if you have a vision, then you carry forward to it. But yeah, it was not very good experience.
So, talking about the videos that you made, that you just told us that you faced a lot of difficulty in the beginning, but then it got better because of the hurdles and you got through it. So I would want to ask, what is the use of targeted videos in the sales, and how can you collaborate certain videos to appeal, so that they can appeal to the buyers?
Okay, so first of all, let's understand what are the targeted videos, because there are two words that we are using. Okay. So targeting means focusing on a specific niche. Okay, so for that there is a different skill of niche marketing, which everybody should have. What is niche is nothing but the combination of three things. First thing is you should understand what industry you are gonna focus. Okay, what is the market? And next thing is their existing pain point, preferably which you also had faced at some point of your life. And third thing is to create a solution as a product or service. Okay, that is what a targeting is. Okay, next thing is video. So for me, video is just a tool, okay, to communicate. Definitely a very effective tool, but the way we sell offline is the same way, the same practice we should have once we create a video. That means we should start with a attractive headline. Okay, that is called a hook. Then we should address the problem. Okay, then then we can talk about the solution using 3 secrets or using a story, and then ending the video or any sales pitch with a CTA, call to action. Okay, whatever you need. So the same thing that you can see any a salesperson doing across the counter at any mall, same practices we should have in the video. Definitely there are minor technical knowledge that you should have while recording a video, but if you ask about the skill, they're more or less the same. And what was your next question? Please come again.
So how can you elaborate upon how certain videos appeal to the buyers?
Okay, so I believe I already answered that question. That once you have this components, okay, of starting your video with attractive hook, then addressing the problem, then solution, then CTA. Once you include these 4 points, you can easily create cool videos, so to say. And there is one more important aspect which I personally see is missing while creating videos with people I know, is once there are let's talk about the offline way of selling. Okay, there are two people, there is definitely a human touch involved. Okay, but what happens while shooting a video or selling in videos? Okay, what happens, I tell my students that imagine this camera, for example, this camera is a friend of yours and you are talking the same way to this camera the way you talk to your friends. But what happens, people understand in an opposite way. Instead of believing that this camera is a friend, they become mechanical.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay. Yeah.
they become a machine, and that's where the human element is missed while recording a video. So definitely you should be authentic, you should be who you are, and you should be vulnerable while recording videos. Okay, people get to attract with those kind of natural contents more.
Okay. I'm learning as I'm going. I'm also recording the video, so I understand this aspect currently. so,
Exactly.
uh, since you talk about connecting to people while shooting the video, you want to have that link to the buyer so that they can come and see your product. So why do you think storytelling is as a must-have skill for all these sales enthusiasts? And how did you develop yours, like the capturing effect that you have?
Okay, so storytelling is something which we are very much fascinated from our childhood days only. You remember what was the first communication that you still remember? Okay, so yeah, storytelling is not something like very hi-fi thing that you need to be very much acquainted with that. That is something who we are. Like you started this interview that with
Yeah.
these are lockdown periods. How are you feeling? How you're doing? Okay, that is what the story is, right?
Okay.
So
Yes.
yeah, so everybody actually, it's not any rocket science. I don't know why when it comes to sales, people become so conscious about storytelling, but that is something we always start our communication with, and it's a good way to initiate any communication. Reason being, we have got an emotional connect with stories. Okay,
Yes.
that is, yeah, that is only because of our childhood conditioning. So that is the only reason why people insist to use stories in your videos or while selling. It builds an initial rapport. Okay,
So
and how did I became comfortable with it? By practice. Okay, like I told you, my first story was a disaster. Okay, and it's very important to understand for you and other guys over here that it's very normal to mess in the beginning. Okay, there is not a single person who can claim that they did something for the first time and they nailed it.
that is
Okay,
how you learn, basically. You learn from your
exactly,
mistakes
I
only.
mean,
Yeah.
yeah, you know that. So,
Exactly.
like any other thing, if you want to become comfortable with storytelling, you'll have to practice. Start practicing with your friends. You have 4 people over here only. So, start sharing what was your week like, what was your day like. Okay. And like I told you, that selling is not only transaction of a product versus money. Okay. It's just an exchange of thought and ideas that you have. Once you include the money part into it, it becomes a business, it becomes sales. Okay.
Why do you need self-branding strategy for sales? I mean, why is it so important?
Okay, self branding means personal branding. Okay,
Personal
so
branding.
all right, I got it. So see, like I told you, that the very definition of sales includes the human touch. Okay, like I always say to my community members, that people always buy emotions and they justify the transaction with logic.
Yeah.
All right. So once you're getting started, it's very important to have that human element, and that is why personal branding. Even all the big, big brands, like if I take example of Nike, for example. Okay. So they had this campaign of Just Do It, where they were introducing, seasoned athletes and pro
Yes.
athletes at that time. So even a top brand, they also use a human element, a personal, a persona that is appealing to the audience. So if you are just getting started with your business, it's ideal to position yourself as a brand. For example, Vivek Sharma is a brand. And once your business converts into a mission, okay, a big movement, then automatically your brand becomes known to people, and people start relating to it.
Uh, so we live in a world of automation. We live in a world which is heading towards automation. Everything is going towards AI, machine learning. As we are also, our teachers also tell us to learn these stuff because we will have to go ahead and do this in our jobs. So, do you think that automation takes out the subtleness or the nuanced process of doing things out of sales?
Okay, so if I get your question correctly, you mean to ask that does the introduction of automation takes out the human element in selling, right?
Exactly. The human touch of selling, the personal selling, when you go for personal selling, there's this human touch, which you just talked about, making connection with people. So do you think that automation is taking it out of the sales process, the whole selling process?
Well, not necessarily, Arushi.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
remember those, sari ads which we used to see in those TV, shows. I don't remember the name of the show, but back in my childhood days, I used to see one lady selling, one sari every week. So
Okay.
as a child, I was amused, and I asked my mom that how come the same lady is coming saying the same thing every weekend, every Sunday, 9 p.m. I still remember,
Hmm.
and selling the same thing. So see, sales skill is essential no matter you are using the technology or not. It's just that the use of automation, the use of systems and tools helps you to fast track your result. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
I'll, for example, I'll give you a very simple example which everybody over here can resonate with. You remember the bundle Oxford dictionary that used to come in 90s?
Yes, sir.
You know,
Yes, sir.
I mean, in my hometown, I used to see one guy selling the same dictionary bundle, of different purpose. Definitely, there was a bundle case, and he used to sell that. Okay, so he was very good at his work, by the way. Okay,
Yeah.
but if just imagine if he's able to sell, let's say, 50 dictionary bundle of 100 rupees each. Okay, so he was able to make 100 into 50, that is 5,000 rupees a month. So if
Yes.
that guy knows the game of automation, that guy knows the game of technology, so don't you think he can accelerate his sales?
Of course. Of course.
Right?
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think technology rather has helped business owners and other folks out there to leverage its use to accelerate their business. Okay. Just by knowing few skills of technology, systems, tools, and strategy, with the sales skill being the same, you can leverage it. So I think it's a boon, instead of seeing it as a limitation or
Or of course, some
any issue.
sort of. Which sales automation tool would you prefer to start up to a start for a startup to boost their revenue?
Okay, so I'll tell you what all tools I use for multiple components of my automation business. So first and most important thing is to create funnel. Okay, to create funnel to capture leads and to sell my courses on automation, I use ClickFunnel, and to capture leads through Facebook Messenger, I use ManyChat tool. Okay, and for automated message, I use Text Local. Okay,
Okay.
and for email marketing, I use GetResponse. Okay, and for video creation, I use Filmora, Wondershare. You can also use Camtasia. That's also a very cool tool. And to make one-to-one invites for one-to-one sales, I use Calendly. And for webinar sales, you can I use Demio or Zoom. Both are cool. Demio is good once you're just getting started. It has also got very cool digital marketing features enabled in that at very cool price. Okay, and what else? Okay, so to host my course online, I'm in my digital school. I use Teachable, and to track the links and for analytics purpose. Okay, the what is my CPL, what is my CTA? Okay, all those things. My CPA. I use ClickMagick, and there is also amazing tool that is called Zapier. You can use Zapier to integrate all other tools. If you want to marry, let's say, ClickFunnel from GetResponse, So you can use, Zapier.
So it is basically a hub which can connect all the other apps so that they can work well together. Sort of an integrating factor, you can
Yeah,
say.
it's like, it's someone who can act. It's a mediator to help
Okay.
two parties to communicate.
So you mentioned sales funnel, which is one of the first things you mentioned while answering the previous question. So sales funnel, which we know refers to a buying process that companies lead customers. I mean, companies put the lead customers through while they are purchasing a product. So, which stage, according to you, of the sales funnel requires the most effort and should be done very on the other side should be done very delicately so that the sales come through.
Okay. Uh, I believe delicacy is an integral part of, all the stages of, customer journey or funnel. Okay. So there are various elements to it, but if I have to tell you in a very simple way, so there are three aspects to it. First aspect is to capture the leads. Okay. Next aspect is to nurture them. What you guys say, follow. And next, third
Follow.
thing is closure. Okay. So these three are the crucial aspect of a sales funnel. Okay. And all these three are very unique in their own ways. Okay. It's like you cannot compare, mango with orange. If I ask you which fruit do you like more, maybe you can say orange, I mean mango, but I'll say I like both, because
Yeah.
both of them got their, unique taste and flavor. So in the same way, all the three processes of, sales funnel have their own utility, and they are very much unique in terms of understanding that skill. So, people say that once the sale is complete, that is only called sales funnel. But I believe sales funnel goes after that as well. So each and every step is very important before you get the customer, starting from capturing that lead through your videos or through your ads using the attractive headlines. Okay. And once you follow up them with all the tools that, like I told you, email marketing tools, many chat tools, SMS, everything. And once you close them. So these are the very unique skills you should, understand and take care of them the way it should be. And after the sales also, you should continue and increase your funnel in terms of price and value.
Talking about value, what are the key attributes of value creation while selling, in selling process?
Okay, so there are three key elements which I can recall right now. First of all, I don't know any other mode of selling apart from giving value. But if I need to tell you, I mean, if I need to tell you in a line, so there are three elements to it. First of all, there should be, there should be a market to product to message alignment.
Okay.
Okay. I was telling you about the importance of niche marketing. That means you should know your audience. You should understand their problem. Preferably, you should experience. I mean, if you have experience, that it become very easy to connect with. Okay.
Yeah.
So once you have the understanding of all the three, components, again I'll repeat. First is your market. Second is your product. Okay, because once you understand your market, you understand your pain point, then only you can come up with a solution as a product. And next thing is your message. Okay, what kind of attractive headlines we should use, what kind of stories we should sell in,
To
we
capture
should
their
place in
attention,
our, yeah,
basically.
and
Okay.
how to create offer. So all these components, once you understand, value exchange becomes very easy. And there is one more important element that I always stress upon while creating a value. You can possibly not create a value for something which you have not experienced. I'll try to give you an example. When I was in my corporate days, it was not very much easy for me to get a closure, because we used to work with high ticket clients. Even when I was selling a low ticket product, it was not very easy. Okay. So at that moment, I used to, think and ask from my manager also how we can simplify sales, how we can, simplify the process. And most of the time, I used to come without an answer. And that's where, after hitting multiple techniques, I landed upon the concept of sales automation using funnels and all the tools which I use. Okay, so since I was a a victim of not understanding sales or to not able to simplify sales, then only I was able to create a solution.
Okay.
So in the same way, I believe whatever product or service you are selling, irrespective of the product per se, you should understand.
Approach, but it happens sometimes that you're not able to go from cold to hot. You're not able to convert that sales, the lead. So what do you think? Even after knowing your target market, sometimes it comes, the result comes out that they were not the right people. So what do you think it is? What do you think is the most effective way of generating a lead, which is like the short lead that you're confident about?
Okay, in one word, I would say beta testing. Now,
Okay.
let me explain it. Okay. Suppose I'll take very simple example. Let's say you want to sell a course about selling, for example. Okay. So irrespective of what understanding you have about your audience, until and unless you are not able to, you don't test your product with the live audience. Okay. Because अपना बच्चा सबको अच्छा लगता है, right? But until and unless you don't test out your product with a live audience, you won't be able to understand. So if you want to, let's say if I have any product, okay, on selling, so the best way is to take out the short golden nuggets out of it and convert that into a valuable ebook, or to create a 30 minutes or 45 minutes free masterclass. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Never beta test any product at any price. Always give it as a free. Okay.
The sample testing sort of things,
The
providing
sample
sample to
testing.
your.
Exactly.
Okay.
And you can request them that, hey, I'm coming up with this cool sales course which is going to solve the problem of let's say all the entrepreneurs out there in e-commerce, for example. I
Okay.
just want
Okay.
you to try out this course and just give me your valuable feedback.
Okay.
And in against that ebook or course or even a podcast, you can ask them to give their email ID and contact number. That is the simplest way of generating leads.
Okay.
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 You're talking about value giving sales. That is the value giving sales. You cannot expect people to pay you upfront.
Oh,
Okay.
exactly. Of course. When they
That is
don't know
why
your product, why would they buy it? As simple as that.
exactly.
Right.
Even if they buy because of your attractive hooks or your amazing story, let's say you are able to create some interesting appeal in your product, and they buy, they will be a compulsive buyer. They won't come back to you again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that is why you should always beta test your product by creating a small, be it webinar, one-to-one, anywhere. Okay. But if you are giving them something as a value upfront, they won't be hesitant to share the details.
So one thing I wanted to ask, as you said, that sale process doesn't only involve the sales funnel, but it also involves, after the sales funnel process, like suppose customer relation management. So how do you think that customer retention would help in this? I mean, suppose there are many salespeople who are not able to retain their customers or their leads. Like after one sales, that's it. One sales is that's it for them. So how do you think they should go about it, the customer relationship management part? Because once the sales is done, it's gone. Then how to maintain that communication with the buyers so that they can make the sales again?
Okay. Most of the companies that I know, once the transaction is complete, they follow for a longer period of time till they have something else to sell. Okay. So the service mindset should always be an intent of selling. Okay. Because every product have a solution, and every solution creates a new, every problem has a solution, and every solution creates a new problem. Okay. So no matter what kind of product you are selling, definitely at some point of time, there would be a next level problem. And
Correct.
that is what the funnel is all about. So you should, before even selling your any freebie or any low ticket product also, you should understand what is the long game of my course funnel. Okay. For example, I was giving you example of selling courses online. You give them a free ebook, then you pitch your courses. Once they get the courses, you need to understand what is the next logical step your customer will take.
Okay.
And that is why I
Think
told
from
you
their
the
perspective. Think from their
exactly.
perspective, basically. Okay.
Exactly. And once you had already faced this issue in your own life, it becomes easy to understand what is the next level.
Okay.
So in this case, for example, in courses, once they get access to your course, what can be the next level? You can provide any high level consulting, or you can provide one-to-one coaching. You can sell seminar tickets. There is no end to it.
Correct.
Okay. So always have this service mindset and understand that business is a long-term game, because every problem will give a solution, and every solution will create new problems.
New problems.
Okay.
So, as we know that there are three types of selling: transactional, relation, and value added. Which, according to you, is the most effective one when you're trying to close the deal in a very short period of time?
Okay. Transactional selling is one-time selling. I don't believe in any transactional selling. I think it's clear,
Yes, it's clear.
by now to you.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
next thing you told about relation-oriented selling. So yeah, definitely once you believe in giving value to your customer before giving them access to your product or before selling in the first place, there should be a certain level of rapport built with your audience.
Okay.
And
Okay.
that's where the free giveaway or the regular touch with your audience through your videos, in your YouTube, in your social media. Okay. You can also schedule a weekly session just to understand how their week was. Same thing I'm planning with my community. I'm planning to create a weekend session only for 1 hour, where my students will come and share how their week was.
Okay.
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 And in the process, I'll understand what areas they need to focus while they are selling to their customers. Okay. So it's very important to have a value oriented mindset. Okay. That's where that's where magic happens. That's where you get to have attention of your customer. That's where they understand that you are a genuine guy. Okay. Because nobody wants to get sold in the first place, right? So once they see this is a genuine guy, they understand you are into business, but they understand you are into the business of providing value through your content or through your any products. So they will resonate with you, because I can tell you this: everybody is having some or the other problem, especially at these
Correct.
times. Okay. Now
Correct.
people are having new sort of problems. So every new problem is a new opportunity.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now the $100 million question. As a future salesperson,
I'll be getting $100 million.
so after I make the sales, of course,
Okay. Okay.
as a
Just
future
kidding. Yeah. Just
salesperson,
kidding. Yeah.
how to make an offer that the buyer cannot refuse at all? How to make such offer?
It's a very good question, by the way. So for that, you must understand the difference between a product and the offer. Okay. Okay. Let me give you example from my own business. For example, I have my one business where I sell sales automation courses. So I was telling you earlier that the importance of understanding what are the other problems your customer will be having the moment they make the transaction, out of your main product. Okay. So let's say, for example, I'm selling a product of sales automation. So I need to understand what are the other areas of gaps or other challenges my customer will face once they have access to my product.
Okay.
They will be having issues to generate leads, right? They
Yeah.
will be having issues to create their own personal branding. Very important step. They'll be having issues to understand what are the right mindset they must have while starting their business.
Okay.
They should understand how to collect payments. Okay. They should know how to build funnels. So these are the surrounding challenges which your customer will be having the moment you sell any product.
Correct.
And if you create a solution to all those surrounding challenges, you have an offer. Because then customer will understand, okay, this guy not only knows what is my main problem, but he also understands what are the problems which I have at back of my mind, right?
Okay.
And that's what the offer. There's a dialogue in Godfather movie. Your question is the same dialogue. Give me offer, I can't refuse.
I can't refuse.
So yeah. So once you understand this game, and that is why I told you, the understanding your market or being a, having faced the same problem in your own life helps you to understand what are the other gaps which your audience might be having, and there is
The
no end to it.
relatability increases. Sorry, the
Exactly.
relatability increases basically. Yeah.
Yeah, and I told you there is no end to it. Once you cater to this needs, okay, there will be next level of problem.
Correct.
So that's how you create an amazing offer. Understand the main pain point and other subsequent challenges which your customer will be facing. So once you know this game, you can create an offer around any product. Does not matter. You can create an offer around this mic, this computer, this camera, this lamp, anything.
So we had this talk. We learned so much. I think now we should move to the very fun part of this entire conversation. So
I'm having
just
fun so far.
we are having some fun so far. So I'm not saying that,
Okay.
of course not. So describe yourself in one word, just one word.
Life.
Now, could you explain that the game part is open? Why would you say? Why would you choose life as the word?
Okay. See, that is something that comes on top of my mind when anybody asks, who you are, because I'm very much, curious about understanding the higher dimensions of life. I have a spiritual background, and I believe that comes me on the daily basis to, get from my bed and work to realize my mission, no matter the, good or bad days. I get, I even, now I get some bad days. Let's say there are very less turnovers in my turnups in my webinar, or I make very less sale. Okay, I create any YouTube video, I get some negative comment. So all these things are part and parcel of your life, but once you have a bigger picture, and according to that is possible once you understand who you are as a life, so it becomes very fun.
So what comes first in your mind when you think about sales?
Service, without a doubt.
That's actually quite meaningful.
Yeah.
So one final
You don't want any
advice.
explanation to that. Okay, I'm glad.
No. I got why it is service because throughout our conversation, I understand how meaningful it is to you to provide such service to other people and help other people achieve that service. So
Definitely, definitely.
yeah, of course. So one final advice to all the future fellow salespeople there who want to succeed in their life and their profession.
Okay, so I believe in keeping life very simple. Okay, and my advice is very simple to all the people out there, that stop seeing selling as a a selling phenomenon, or I should say stop selling, start helping your people. Okay,
Yes.
so it's very important to understand that you don't get success once you make money. You make success once you